Hi, Trader Tina here, once again from ShortMeTina.com with my daily recap. Not going to waste any time. March Blitz continues. Today is Wednesday the 17th, and I am keeping my commitment of doing a video every single day for the month of March. We're going to reassess in April, but I'm actually having a good time doing this, and I realized in my 20 or so years trading is that when I not necessarily trade the market consistently, but if I'm constantly looking at charts, like I become that much sharper, right? My trades become that much more, I don't know, better, for lack of a better way of framing it. But just the fact that I'm tapped in, I'm doing this every day, I'm tapped into the markets every day, like I'm able to read the market or individual markets a lot better. I've just always noticed that, especially since I started ShortMeTina back in 2016. Anyway, well, I'm just going to do a follow-up on some of the trade analysis I've done in the past, just to, just to provide an update. So we're going to kick it off with AMC daily chart up about 4% on the day. So we're looking at a line chart, dates back to 2013. So that's about 7 or 8 years. Definitely go and listen to the videos that I've done before. It'll give you more color. But remember, I talked about, let's look at these patterns as like boxes, right? If we start from the left and we work our way down, right? So if we start from the past, 2013, and work our way down, you can see what I'm talking about. So in 2013, AMC was in a range. That range is the bottom end of the range, or you can call that 20. Top end of the range, let's say around 36. We kind of cycled through that for a couple of years, and then we broke that in 2017. So it took about 4 years to actually break. And then we started to form what I'm going to call box 2, once again cycling between 2 points. Now, whereas $20 was one support in box 1, it is now resistance in box 2. And you can see for box 2, support comes in at around $10 to $11, cycling through, and then we broke that box in June of 2019, so about 2 years. And so brings us to current picture, right? This is box 1. The bottom of that box is around $1.80. So you can see it really worked its way down from the top of box 3 around $36 to the low of box 1 around $1.80. You can clearly see the crash in AMC. But anyway, so the low in box 1 support, let's call that, comes in around 180. And I said in the previous videos, just based on the chart, it looks like AMC actually wants to reverse course. I don't want to say it's going to get into box 3 yet. We're not there. That's a far away. But when I did the video around here, I said around $9, $10. It wasn't a bad area to go long, because based on price action, it looked like it wanted to get into box 2, right? Which the low of that box is around 11, the high is $20. So sitting here at $13.56, if we can stay above support of around $11, without a doubt, with a continued bull market, I think we'll hit 20. So quite a bit of upside from today's close of $13.56. Quite a bit of upside when I first did the analysis most recently on AMC when it was trading around 9. So based on price action, once again, I'm going to have to say bullish. What else? All right, once again, the SPY, it's a line chart daily, focusing in on when we bottom in March of 2020. So about a year since we bottomed. We closed at 397.26, and I've always said, when you're in it, well, I don't know if I've always said it, but it's just a mantra that I try my best to follow. I'm not perfect, even though I've been in the market for 20 years. I'm not perfect, so I am prone to those slip-ups. But I usually say, like, if a trade is going against you, just get out, because you just don't know. And I did that when I went short the SPY as a hedge a couple of days ago when we initially broke through this trend line. I thought we were seeing a reversal in pattern. I got a little bit cautious and bearish. I'm still cautious. But I'm just no longer short the SPY. So sitting here at 397.26, we are trading at or close to all-time highs. That's very bullish. You can see here we're breaking out of this shorter term resistance resistance of around 395. And if this can continue, I can see us topping out somewhere around 410 to 420. Let's give it a range. So if we can continue this price action here, right, staying above this 380 upward trend line, I definitely can see us getting to around 400. I'm not jumping in. I'm not short. I'm just going to play individual stocks with great setups because, you know, just based on price action here, how fast we've appreciated in a year, I can't help but to be cautious. So still cautious on the sideline. I don't have that much money deployed into equities right now. What else? Facebook really quickly, daily chart is up a little over 1% on the day. We closed at 384.01. And I did this analysis yesterday and I said, wow, I wasn't even looking at Facebook, but when I caught price action yesterday, I said, it looks like the stock is ready to run, right? And so for those who didn't listen to that video yesterday, I encourage you to do it. But why I thought that Facebook was about to turn is just based on price action, paying attention mainly to August of 2020 till present. So that's about 8 or so months. The stock has been in a complete downtrend. Downtrend is characterized by lower highs, right? Lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. And then here, we actually kind of broke through that downward descending trend on above average volume. And so I said, well, it looks like the stock is ready to run. Today we put up about 1.6%. It's nothing crazy relative to other, you know, high floaters or high flyers rather, like GameStop or AMC, etc. But for a stock like Facebook, pay attention. I can see this doing good things. What else? All right, so again, a follow-up on plug. I'm not in this trade. You know, I'll pay attention to it, but right now, no intentions on getting in this trade. But when I did the analysis yesterday, I said, you know what? Yesterday, the stock closed at around $41, and after hours, it had lost around, let me refer to my notes. So in after hours, it was down an additional 11%, and I saw a quote around 37.65, and essentially what I said was, you know, heading into tomorrow, which is essentially today, I said I would expect the stock to once again fill this gap here and then get a bounce, and that for the most part is what we did. The stock went as low as 34.20, and then we closed relatively close to session highs. Session highs clocked in at 39.97. We closed at 39.33, and we are essentially above this what I call resistance / support line. So for me, heading into tomorrow, if we can build on that momentum, and you can see folks actually came into the stock, I think we can once again perhaps go on to retest previous high here of 75. So actually, I'm going to put this on my radar and watch it because I like the setup here. If we can build on today's momentum, what else? And so let's wrap it up with ticker DOCU. It's a daily chart up about 1% on the day. We close at 213.34. Again, you can see these are the trades that I like to get in. I like when the markets are consolidating, trading range bounds, because for me, there's not that much volatility in it, and the stock essentially is resting. So for ticker DOCU, how I see this, you know, how I see this chart or how this chart comes off to me is you had a stock that had a huge run, right? I think this is all a part of the pandemic, like one of these, I believe this is one of the quote unquote pandemic stocks, right? Had this huge run up from March of 2020, right? We actually sort of hit that top mid 260s and then we pulled back. Now, for me, ticker DOCU is now range bound, right? And so for me, how I play the range, I like to buy the bottom, obviously sell or go short the top. So sitting here at 213.34, ideally, it would be wise, right, from a risk reward perspective, to long the bottom, which clocks in, I'm gonna give it a range anywhere from 190 to 200. Now, will it hold or will it break? Well, the market and stocks, obviously they're very dynamic beings because there's so many folks in and out of them. Just based on price action so far, I don't really have insight as to whether or not, you know, 190 to 200 will hold. I think the closer it gets to that level, I'd be able to have more of a feel. But even so, going in at 190 to 200, again, from a risk reward perspective, makes decent sense because you're buying at support, and going back to July of 20, almost a year, that level has held. So if you're going to make, if at least I tell myself I'm going to make a trade, I definitely want it to be as much in my favor as possible. So I wouldn't front run it here at 213. I'd really just wait for it to pull back and then definitely deploy some cash. All right. So that's my take on DOCU. Hope that makes sense. If it does, comment in the comment section. If it does not, comment in the comment section. And so let's wrap it here. Tina here, once again from ShortMeTina.com. If you enjoyed any portion of that video, do a couple of things for me. Definitely like and comment. I don't always get back to the comments right away, but I make it a thing to reply when I do have time. So comment in the comment section. Let me know what your struggles are with trading, if you have any struggles, or just let everyone know some tips, some things that have worked for you. That's the first thing. Speaking of tips, what we're doing right now on our website is we're hosting a free 14-day trading course where I essentially detail a lot of the things that I've learned trading the stock market for the last 20 years. These are things that have worked for me. It's made me go from inconsistent to consistent. And again, these are things that I employ, deploy to this day. So I find it useful. Maybe you'll find it useful as well. Maybe you won't. And really, it's sort of a win-win for you because no money is required, right? I don't even ask for your credit card. All I ask for is an email address so we can know where to send the lessons to, and 100% you can choose to do whatever you want with the lesson. So anyway, if you find yourself struggling or just want a little bit of insight from someone that's been trading for a long time, definitely head on over to our website, ShortMeTina.com, sign up, become a member. Thank you for listening, and as always, thank you for the support. I'll talk to you tomorrow. March